All right, we are horned up. It's been a couple weeks. One bar is different. I'm on the wrong side of this whole damn thing. This is weird, but we're gonna do it anyway. It's almost the middle of June, and you know what? We got Koda here. What could be better than having Koda here filling in for one bar? It's his anniversary today. He forgot that his anniversary was on a scheduled show night.
I love that. That's amazing.
He's like, "Oh shit, it's my anniversary." Like, I'll see if Koda's
yeah, dude.
So Koda, how have you been? Like, what do you do in the slow times when this Viking season's winding down here?
I teach children. I perform in community theater, and I cook up really cool things with you guys.
Nice. And we got Patrick Harms in the house. Julian Marker, Davey is here. Let's see, who else is it? Travis Bolton's here. Purple Pumpkin Face says hello. Davey wants Koda to do some shots. That's really aggressive, Davey.
If I didn't have rehearsal later, I totally would.
Yeah? Rehearsal for what? What are you in, like...
I am currently in a production of Newsies, which is very exciting.
I haven't watched Newsies yet. Nax here. Julian Marker is here as well. FW Ender, always in the house. He never lets us down. Let a few more of you trickle in. Speaking of trickle, the other day I was taking a trickle at work, and I'll hear a little tink. My button on my jeans fell right into my urine bowl. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna reach in there and save my button. I let it go. I flushed it down the septic system, as they say.
R.I.P. your button.
Yeah. So then I had to go around with no button the rest of the day at work. It's horrifying. Delton's here. You know Delton's. He's just ready to lay out some swear words. He loves cussing. Nice, cool. Are you on a railroad track, Koda?
No, we've been over this. There's one literally like right across the street from where I live.
I used to live on 5th Avenue here, and like there was train tracks real close to it. And you get used to it. You don't even hear it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it happens in the middle of the night. I'm like sleeping through it.
Oh, yeah.
My parents live like right next to a train yard too in St. Paul, so like I've been used to it my whole life.
You should be an engineer.
No, I hate trains. They scare me.
Okay.
I read Anna Karenina once and never looked back.
I can't even say that, let alone read it. All right, so we got 35 here watching right now. We'll give it a couple more seconds. John's here, Big John Carolon. He is one tough rascal. Look at him.
And now I wouldn't want to beat him up in a fight.
No,
I feel like I'd lose.
He's our enforcer.
He's the bouncer.
Yeah, he just knocks on the door. Hell yeah. Sponsor doesn't pay up. We send John after him.
He'll definitely pay up then.
No doubt. Look at that guy. He's awesome. So yeah, I mean, mandatory minicamp going on. I think it just wrapped up today. So I mean, it's kind of nice actually having some real Vikings news. But it's gonna get real slow after this.
I know it's been nice, like actually seeing the social media team do something other than like posting old highlights that we've already seen, and you know, all of us just kind of like sitting and waiting. It's so nice to have like new stuff.
It is nice to actually talk some real football. It just gets to be such a lull here until about mid-July. But let's get this thing rolling. We got enough watching here, and I know we're gonna start this with some breaking news from Koda. I know I teased this in my tweet that like 7 people saw, but Koda, you got some news for us, don't you?
I do. Starting this season, I will be having my own segment here at the One Bar and Lumpicus show. I'm going to let you say the name because you came up with it, and it is so good, and I don't want to steal this moment from you.
I am a little proud of the name I came up with, but it's called Spit and Fire with Koda because she is the Spitfire. Yeah, what's your plan with your takes on like the week? What happened before? What's the show going to be?
So I feel like kind of my brand has almost been like this rant mentality. Like I get really fired up about things, which I think is why I've been so honored to have the nickname of Spitfire. So the idea is that for each segment, I will have one thing that I am passionately mad about, one thing that I am positively passionate about, and then maybe kind of every now and then have a couple guests, see what they're passionately upset or excited about for this new season.
Look at that. Wow, we got a congrats. We got Spit and Fire, Michael Boswell. After it was this far out, man. That is so far out.
Oh, back to the 70s.
He's definitely a surfer. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Can't wait to see what you come up with. It's going to be fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm so excited to be doing this.
Well, I mean, come on. You're like our child. Me and Wimbar consummated and you came out.
Y'all can't get a divorce. I don't have a Wii right now, so I don't know what I would do while you guys were like fighting.
You don't have a Wii?
No, I've got a PlayStation 5, but it doesn't give the same vibe as like, your parents are getting a divorce and you're upstairs playing Just Dance on the Wii.
Hell yeah. Wii was awesome. Did you actually know there's like a Wii vinyl, like with the music from like Wii Sports?
No.
I think it's real. It's insane. Yeah.
I need that like right now.
I know. It's so good. It's so good. So a lot of excitement for Spit and Fire with Koda, which will be, I don't know, it's going to be debuting this fall, maybe week 1.
Yeah.
Are you an odd girl? Or are you an even? Like, what do you prefer?
I mean, my favorite number is 8, so probably even.
You have a favorite number?
Even weeks. Yeah, I do.
Nice. All right, let's get into some Vikings news. And I think the biggest news that came out recently is Christian Darrisaw on the field doing actual football drills. Who the hell expected to see him out there?
I didn't. I was expecting him to come back like week 2, honest. And like I saw the injury live at SoFi. I was sitting right there.
Oh, you were there.
It was the worst game I think I have ever been to. And I genuinely didn't expect to see him out and about already in pads and everything. I know that he's been putting in a lot of work this offseason. I know Kevin O'Connell and a couple of the other guys have been saying that he's been in the building. But to see him already taking drills and whatnot, and I don't think I've seen any reports of him sitting out on any drills. I think the only thing I've seen is that he's out there. So I'm fired up. I think this is a really good sign, especially since we've got that killer offensive line now. I had some anxiety, but I think a lot of that's been put to rest now, personally.
Yeah, Michael Boswell, good to see you as well. I can't see you, but I'm seeing you through my heart. Yeah, and you see that brace he had? That thing was like from his ankle up to his left nut. It was absolutely crazy. That thing was wrapped up very, very tight. But I just saw a report that came out today that it's aggressive to think he'll actually be ready week 1, which I'm like, he's out there mandatory minicamp. Like, why wouldn't he be?
Right.
But KOC has tended to really baby these injuries. Look at Hawkinson last year, brought him in very slowly. So we got Justin School. I wouldn't be surprised if he is kind of, eased in, and maybe we don't see him starting to like week 3 or something.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, the thing with it too is that I feel like the fact that he's already out there tells me that maybe he's already kind of been through his baby period. I think once we actually start getting into training camp, I think that'll be the biggest indicator as to whether or not we can see him week 1.
I think you're getting a bomb. Come you hear that thing? What is that? Okay.
Who knows with what's happening out here right now? Who knows?
All right. Other big news: Josh Oliver was extended 3 years, $23.25 million. Who saw this one coming? And are you excited about it, Koda?
I am pretty excited. He's definitely stepped up last year. Obviously, with my draft predictions not coming true, I am still grieving this, by the way.
You'll be all right.
I think it's good because, like I said, with such a big extension, especially for him, I think it's definitely going to put a little bit of a fire under TJ Hawkinson's ass. And I think having a reliable TE2 to go to, and especially one that's, really, you just got so much close. That was scary.
You look really big, so I was trying to get to be your size.
I think having that position secured for the next couple of years is definitely going to be, I think having some stability there is going to be really, really nice because he has proven to be reliable, especially in the wake of TJ Hawkinson's injury. I'm curious to see what this means for TJ Hawkinson moving forward, because even before and after his injury, he was having a lot of issue with ball security. And I can't really think off the top of my head, granted it's been a hot minute, if we really have the same issue with Josh Oliver. So I really do think that this is good for the team overall, and I think we'll answer a lot of questions that we have, not just with Josh Oliver in the tight end 2 position, but with just Hawkinson and the tight end position as a whole.
Yeah, and to me, this just points to like the commitment to the run game. You revamp the O-line, you extend Josh Oliver, You get Jordan Mason. Everything to me is pointing to KOC actually being able to run the football. Will he do it? Can he do it? Will he be committed to it? That's where I still don't fully believe. But all these moves point to the Vikings becoming a running team again. I think the Josh Oliver extension is kind of the little cherry on the top of that. So, yeah, when he's on the field and when he's throwing a ball, he tends to catch it. He tends to do something with it. I do think he had a drop or a bad fumble or something last year that kind of is back into my back of my head, my nooks and crannies of my brain. But I actually thought, and I think we did a video, like we actually had him as a cut candidate, and now we extended him. So
I think we
so it's fine. And like he's actually, I think, under contract longer than Hawkinson is, which is interesting because there's a year. I mean, if he could be tight end one in a couple of years, which is crazy to think. It's also crazy to think Josh Metellus does not have his contract extension yet. When is this thing coming? It's got to be soon, right?
To me, it's a little insane.
Your buddy, where's your jersey?
They're hung up. Well, one of them is hung up. The one that he signed is safely in its box still because I haven't gotten a frame for it yet. So I am keeping that one safe until I finally get my hands on a frame. I'm very surprised that we got Josh Oliver done before we got Metellus done. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased considering. But I think, again, I feel like part of it has to do with the fact that TJ Hawkinson has been having a lot of ball security issues, and they've been revamping that offense so much that maybe it's kind of like to me, it feels a lot kind of like the Justin Jefferson extension. I think it's one of those things that we know it's going to happen. There's not really too much anxiety that it's not going to happen. That I think it's just, we just kind of have to be patient and wait. He's become such a valuable asset to the Flores system and such a leader for that offense, especially with all these new guys coming in from the draft and from free agency, that I don't really know why they wouldn't bring him back, especially if, God forbid, Harrison Smith does, this is his last season, although we've been saying that for however many seasons now.
Chris O says this. Hey, Koda.
Hi, Chris.
And like we were did a video on this, and like my thing was like, what do you pay him as? He's not like a true safety. He's like this weird hybrid Swiss Army knife kind of a player. And I do love the fact he's out there saying like, my reps will take care of this. My agent will take care of this. I know they're going to do what's right, and they're going to figure this thing out. So I love that he was there taking part. I don't think he did full workouts because there's questions if he was holding in or not. But he was there. He's saying the right things. This will get done. And I love the fact, too, like they just did this a couple years ago. So it's not like they haven't paid him since his rookie contract.
I think, too, like with that point, I mean, there really hasn't been a player like him defensively, with like Justin Jefferson. There were other wide receivers to compare himself to for the extension and all this. And so it's one of those things where I think it's going to take a lot of research. It's going to take a lot of time. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see something next offseason before free agency. I think if it isn't done before training camp, unfortunately, we're just going to have to be patient and wait for the year to conclude, however it decides to conclude.
Hell yes. Purple Sam Squatch says, hi, Lups and Koda. Hi, Lups and Koda. Very nice of him. Very kind of him. Michael Boswell says, Hawkinson should be full speed this year. He looked like it. And the little videos you watch, the clips that come out from the mandatory mini camps, he looks good. He's moving out there. He looks fluid. Looks healthy.
He looks a lot better than last year when he started coming in for sure.
Yeah. One more little nugget here. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy said he wants to get as many reps as he can with Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and others during the summer break. And he went on to say, if I have to go find them, I will. I love that. I fucking love that.
See, I remember 2 years ago when I and Thor were like some of the only people like out there saying we're going to get JJ McCarthy, and everyone was like, no, it'll be Drake May. No, it'll be this guy. And oh, how modest I will be and how humble
I will be. The turntables.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the right word. But it's just seeing the videos of him in training camp and whatnot, like literally finding Jordan Addison the way that he has. I think there's a couple videos out there of him like landing these absolute bombs and double, triple coverage.
Yep.
It's amazing to me, and it will never not make me think of the very first video that sold me on JJ McCarthy at the combine. He was throwing with, I think it was his running back from Michigan, and he throws this absolute beauty over like a loft sort of thing in his lobby into like a small little hallway. Oh, yeah. And I just, every time I see him lob it to Addison, I'm like, God, we got a guy, we got a stud, we got well, I'm not going to say the next thing because I don't want to jinx him, but this kid's going to be great.
What were you going to say? I don't know. Michael Boswell says, Koda looks young enough to be grandkid, or am I wrong here? No, she's my grandkid. Do I look that old? Jesus, come on.
Well, that's my question. Is it that you look that old, or I just look that young? That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I love the fact that, like, not only is McCarthy trying to, do this, but Justin Jefferson's hanging around the facility. Like, years he hasn't done that before. He's sticking around to work with his quarterback. So it's like this whole, everybody wants to work together to build this chemistry, to build this camaraderie. So, like, you can be like, and I hate to make this comparison, but, like, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, they could, like, look at each other and know what that meant. And that's what I want to see from McCarthy, Addison, Jefferson, just knowing, like, with the body movement, like the signal, like, this is what he wants me to do and I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And it sounds like it is. I mean, the Vikings, I am a true believer in that. I'm a true believer in that. Obviously, no, the social media team doesn't know everything. They don't know, obviously, what we're going to draft or how to make the players play better. But as somebody who does social media and has, studied it a bit, these social media teams don't just get to post whatever. Oftentimes they get messages from the marketing team or from whatever team they have. Being on the social media team, you have to collaborate with the other departments, especially on a football team. And when I saw that they had posted a picture of JJ McCarthy under center and the caption was getting that cadence down, I truly believe that this offseason they are looking at some of those cadence issues to reduce, if not get rid of, all of those false start issues. And I think there is definitely going to be a new wave of communication for this offense. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. Obviously, Kevin O'Connell has been able to do amazing things with quarterbacks with, 15 seconds to communicate. So I'm curious to see if, I would give them, even by week 8, we see that unique sort of communication between the offense. Week 8.
I hope so. That's what you want to see. It's what you need to have. So one bar pulled our awesome Patrick Harms moaning intro that I do for Mailbag, so I can't even do it. So it is Mailbag time. So I think I nailed it right there.
Beautiful. Perfect. No.
All right. So this first one's from T-Bass, and T-Bass always has these weird scenarios he gives us on these questions. And he says, let me set the scene to put everyone in the right frame of mind. Lupagus, I need you to narrate this in your most dramatic voice, so I'm going to do that right now. The year is 1956. It's a hot summer night, and the city is a powder keg getting ready to blow. You have your hair greased back, and you're the gang leader of the Vikings. The Sharks have just challenged you to a rumble outside of Sammy's pool hall. Give me the 4 Vikings past or present in their prime that you're taking with you to kick the shit out of the Sharks. Speaking of that, have you ever been in a West Side Story?
I have not. However, West Side Story, I saw a community theater production of West Side Story in the theater that I'm currently performing Newsies in, and that was the production that inspired me to be an actor. So really? I have a very, very fond memory and love for West Side Story.
Well, apparently so does T-Bass, because he basically just stole the whole premise of West Side Story and put it into the Vikings. He said he can't pick Brock Lesnar. So 4 Vikings you're going into a fucking knife fight with, basically. Who are you picking? All-time Vikings.
The original Purple People Eaters.
You're just going to the D-line. You're taking them.
Yeah, I'm just taking the original Purple People Eaters, man.
I like it. So mine's a little bit of a mix. First of all, I'm taking Ryan Kelly. You got to have the big guy, right? And he looks mean as hell.
Oh, God, yeah.
Him. He's not quick. He's not fast. You could probably cut his Achilles and he'll fall. But he's a big man. He's scary. He's intimidating. I don't know how he can sing. I don't know how he can dance. But I'm taking him. I'm taking John Randall. John Randall's built for war. He loves war. The face paint would be on. He would suddenly just have full face paint on. And then he'd start singing. And actually, my sneaky pick here was actually Tommy Kramer. I just think he'd be a guy.
Interesting.
Like he's a guy to me that could take a punch or 2 or 3. Maybe
he's scrappy.
He ain't going down with one knife to the gut. I guarantee you, he is not going down from that. And he also probably has like multiple weapons shoved in his orifices. So Tommy Kramer, and then Harrison Smith. I mean, just those eyes. Like, I mean, he's distracting from his beauty alone. But then he's also probably tough as hell. And I think he's got some tricks up his sleeves as well.
He also plays piano.
Does he? He's a pianist.
I guess at some point he and Camp Bynum, I'm not over that.
Really?
I'm so sad. But I guess he and Cam Bynum talked about like wanting to play piano, and I guess they like bought each other pianos and learned how to play piano.
That's really cute.
I know. I miss them.
My grandma taught me piano, and then she broke her wrist, and I had to go open her vodka for her.
Well, at least
she had a life alert thing, and then she used it to ask if someone could come open her vodka. It was like White Eagle, the cheapest you can get. All right, this is from Musty Insane 166. How many tutties do you project Thor's Pookie to throw, and how many of those will be caught by Hawk, Koda's least favorite weapon? From Musty Insane.
He's not my least.
He's throwing shade at you.
He's not my least favorite weapon. Excuse you. I just think that. Huh?
You just get an accent? You are an actor.
I do that sometimes. He's not my least. Okay, I wanted to be known. He's not my least favorite weapon. I love all my children equally. The issue is that sometimes TJ Hawkinson can't hold on to the ball. And for the guy in the chat saying, is it really that bad? Yes, it is that bad. Do we not remember the season that Kirk Cousins went down? Like, did I imagine all of his ball security issues that year? He also had some pretty not very good non-catches last year too, but like, call me crazy. Anyway, actually, I want to see something here.
Did you do like a spreadsheet you got to pull up?
No, I want to compare him to...
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go like, JJ, I'm going to say like 1.5 a game. So I'm going to say, what's that? About 25-ish, 26-ish, somewhere in there. I think we're run the football a lot. I think there'll be a lot of goal line touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
How many caught by Hawk? I'm going to go 7.
I'm going to give him 30 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 30 touchdowns this year, one more than Kirk Cousins in 2022.
Okay.
I think 7 or 8 is a good number for TJ Hawkinson. Let's see, I said 20. So 8 to TJ Hawkinson, which puts us at, do I know math? 4? Yeah, that puts us at 14. I would say 10 of those probably split between, wait, can I do math? No, that would put us at 24. Excuse me. So 8 to TJ Hawkinson. I would say about 12 to Justin Jefferson. So that puts us at 12 more. I'd give 8 more to Jordan Addison, which puts us at 4. And then the rest to maybe
randos.
Yeah. Like a nice little small throw to Aaron Jones or Josh Oliver or something.
All right. Quick little reminder, any super chats will get you on the wheel for one more Olympics swag. We have one so far. It is Chris O. So Chris O is going to win something unless somebody else wants to give us a super chat tonight. It must be insane. He's got another question. He says, what's your expectations for Mekhi Blackmon? From what I saw of him in 2023, he didn't look any better than a Caleb Evans. That is very rude.
Very rude. Very rude. Well, okay, he's coming off of a pretty brutal injury, but I believe he's put in a lot of work. I have good expectations, but I think I have realistic expectations.
Manamidai.
In the fact that, thank you, Manamidai. I have realistic expectations in that he's coming off of a pretty major injury that had him sat down for an entire season. There's going to be some hiccups. I think a lot of people have overly high expectations of a lot of people, especially coming off of an injury. I think he's going to be a great fit into this system. I think that he's going to fill a lot of necessary holes. I don't know if I would put him higher or lower than anyone currently on the defense, maybe a little bit lower, just because, again, it's going to take him some time to get back into the rhythm of game day. a very
Rhythm
unique
is a dancer.
experience. So I'd say, after a couple of weeks, I'm going to start expecting him to step up a little bit more once again. But say the first 4 weeks, give him time to readjust, give him time to, fit himself back into the system. And I think he's going to be great.
So you think he'll be eased in kind of the KOC way?
I do 100%.
Yeah. And I like to see him start at least 13 games. I liked what I saw. I liked his fire, his passion. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he plays with a lot of heart. He plays with a lot of fire, a lot of confidence.
He's fast too.
I did think he looked better than Caleb Evans. So I disagree with that part of it. I really think he looked better.
And for me, I am a firm believer in the fact that Kevin O'Connell not only looks at guys who he thinks fit well into his system, whether offensive, defensively, or special teams, but just attitude wise. And I think that's why I'm positive about him coming in, is that he clearly loves this team and he's clearly missed sitting out. And so I think that attitude, that confidence, and that speed is really, really going to be necessary.
Yeah. But it's a great point. How healthy is he? Is he going to have that speed back? Is he going to, everything? You had that kind of injury. It's you're backpedaling. are you the same? Are you going to be going as hard as you were before? is it in your head? I don't know. I've had injuries before, but I don't play football.
True.
I talk about the Vikings.
We just talk about football.
Yeah, right. So this one's for you, Koda. It's from Chris Vikings 30. He was the first one on the wheel tonight. And Koda, how are you feeling with the confidence level in your trivia tonight? I don't know if you've ever actually won.
I feel very confident.
Wow. I like it. That was very convincing. Chris says this: now that C. Loveland is a Chicago Bear, do you want Loveland to do bad or good in his career there? What do you want?
How do I say this with tact and with politeness? The Bears screw over anybody that they pick up, especially in the first round. I don't know what they were thinking getting a tight end. They don't need a tight end.
That was weird. I'm actually a Cole Kmet fan.
I don't understand what they were doing. I really don't. And until they get a GM that is competent and understands what to do, I don't think I have to worry about whether someone's going to be good or not. They don't have the personnel to be good. And I don't just mean in that 53-man roster. I mean on the sideline. They've got a great player, and they're effectively going to do nothing with him. So I'm excited for when he gets traded to the Vikings in 2 years, because the Bears don't know how to manage their team.
Mine's always this: I want him to do good when he's not playing us. That's
right.
Because you fall in love with guys during the draft, and we all do it, and then when they end up on a team that you hate, like Mason Crosby, we had the Crossometer here. We went back when we were in draft season, and the Packers got him. Fuck that guy. And then he was a pretty good kicker for a long time. So, yeah. So Matamita says Vikings better stay away from Jair Alexander. He's a cancer in the locker room, from what I hear. Yeah, that's my concern with him, is and I don't even know how good he is. Every time the Vikings play him, he seems like he sucks. So
I hate Jair Alexander. I hate that man. I hate him. 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 Stay away from my team.
He needs a hat. Purple pumpkin face skull needs a hat. Oh, you mean this one right here? Look at this thing. Koda ain't got one of those yet.
No, but I got a T-shirt and a hoodie.
You did. I still owe you probably a lot more than that. All right, so that is the end of our mailbag. So thank you for everybody who dropped questions to us. Kwong has to go. Peace out. Kwong, thank you for hopping on. Boswell says, hey, I got a hat.
Nice.
Pumpkin face. He's got one. All right, and we actually have a few shot glasses. Anybody want a shot glass on draft night and needs to claim it, onebarlupicus@gmail.com. Send us a email, and I'll get that out to you next week at some point. I want to talk a little JJ McCarthy here, and we've seen a little bit of hint of this. I think we've seen the tip of the iceberg. But let's just talk about the extremes that we're about to go through here as we approach training camp, as we approach the season. Let's start positively. Let's say he looks good. What are you expecting this crazy Minnesota Vikings fan base to react to that, and how is that going to look?
I think that they are going to find the negative wherever they find the negative.
We're not talking negative yet. I want to talk positive right now. I want to talk positive right now.
As much as I love our fan base, I don't know if we know how to think positively. I think if he looks good, I think there's going to be a lot of hope in the Minnesota Vikings community. I think there already really is. I think we're definitely going to talk a lot about his ability to scramble when necessary. I think we're going to talk a lot about his ability to find his player under like that double, triple coverage. I'm really hoping that the Minnesota Vikings community stays calm during training camp.
That's not going to happen. That's not a possibility.
But one can wish. But I don't know.
Look at it right now. We're seeing like video clips of a guy in mandatory minicamp. Look at this throw. Look at this. Look at this.
Right.
It's mandatory minicamp. Let's settle down. Like,
well, even like remember Sam Darnold last year during training camp, how like the reports were that he sucked, he didn't look good, that the Browns players were like harassing him, and then look what happened. So for me personally, I watch the videos, I make my own personal opinions, I listen to the coaches, and I go, it's not going to matter because what we see here is not a reflection of what we're going to see week 1. It never is.
It's so crazy. And the fact that we're seeing like even like these stats, like the completion percentages from minicamp, from practice, it's practice. What are we doing? So yes, I think it's going to be extreme like positivity on one end. And if he starts to struggle, holy shit, is it going to get gross quick? And what are we going to hear? I think we're going to hear trade for Kirk Cousins, trade for Kirk Cousins. That's going to be what it is now. It's going to be all about trading for Kirk Cousins.
We don't have to, like, I love the man. Y'all know I love Kirk Cousins. I miss him dearly. However, we are in the age of J.J. McCarthy. Would I like Kirk Cousins as a backup? Sure. Would he actually come and play as a backup? No, even though that's what he's probably going to do in Atlanta. Let's be honest.
He needs to. Yep.
But, like, I've said this multiple times, both on here, on other people's podcasts, on my own TikTok. Minnesota Vikings fans, for whatever reason, don't know how to get out of toxic cycles that the team leadership of the past has gotten us into. Mm-hmm. We just need to embrace the new. This is going to be scary. It's going to be different. I understand, but I promise you all, we are going to be just fine.
You know what? That made me feel better, the way you said that.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It was really nice. It was really nice of you. Yeah, and I'm actually, you know what? I'm excited for it either way. Like, this is what I missed from last year. When he went down, I was like, I was so excited to watch our young quarterback. You know, I really thought he actually would have won the starting job last year. I'm going to stand on that no matter what. And to go with those ups and downs, the good games, the bad games, I was so excited for that ride. Now we're going to get it. Hopefully it doesn't get hurt again. Knock on wood. But I'm actually excited for the insanity either way it goes. Like, I can't wait for it. But the other thing is this. The Vikings moves this offseason have shown that they're going to run the football more. So I think they're going to protect him as much as possible with a strong running game, a strong O-line, making it simple for him. They're not going to put it on his arm to win football games. He might have to every now and then. So I do think everything's kind of like setting him up to succeed, but also not have to be the answer on offense.
And I think, too, when we look at, like the 2022 season, the 2023 season, specifically in the, the fact that Kirk Cousins goes down and it basically was over for us, no one, I mean, granted, we had multiple other injuries with our quarterbacks and whatnot. But the thing is that they've learned from their mistakes, I believe. I personally believe that Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi have learned from their mistakes. I have found, too, that with last year and in the 2023 season, it's a lot more fun if you have not low expectations, but just kind of go in going, what'll happen, what'll happen, what'll happen will happen, what is will be. There's nothing I can do except just watch and have fun. And I remember walking into week 1 last season being like, this is going to be interesting. It probably isn't going to be the best year, but you know what? I'm excited that football is back. And then that first game was the insanity that it was. And I think if we just, as crazy as this sounds for Minnesota Vikings fans, go in with maybe no expectations other than being excited for the future, I think this will be a very magical season.
I like that. I like the word magical. It's very fun. I want to ask you this, Koda. We talked about this last time we were live, but Koda just left. What happened? Koda? She's had enough of this. I think she'll come back. I don't know what the hell just happened? We'll see if Koda comes back. I was going to ask her something really magical. Oh, there she is. I don't know what the hell was a hell of a sip.
What happened to you?
I was here. You left.
You froze and then I got kicked out.
I was pissed. All right. I want to ask you this. So JJ McCarthy is going to have a kid September.
Yes.
Is that going to affect him early in the season? I think it's going to.
I don't think so.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
Okay, here's a quarterback. Young quarterback going to make his first or second start, also knowing that his first kid is going to be born. How does that not affect the guy mentally? It's going to affect him for sure.
I mean, first of all,
if he does before, like if he's started games, if he's played, maybe it's a little bit better. This is a guy who's all about family. He's all about what I mean. I think this is going to affect him.
But I think he's also a guy that, like, we know can compartmentalize his feelings and emotions a lot. I think he can do it very, very well when
That's
it comes
a lot
down
to handle for a young guy.
I mean, sure, but also if you believe in like astrology at all, at all, if his baby is truly born in early September, that baby is going to be a Virgo. So I think he has nothing to worry about.
I'm actually both. I'm a Virgo and a Leo.
Oh, are you on the cusp?
Yes, I'm a cusp guy.
I think it will affect him, but I mean, there have been other players and quarterbacks who have had children during games and couldn't be there, and we never.
I know, but these are guys who have started games before. This isn't a guy. It could potentially be his first start. Like, how can you handle all that on 1 week? I don't think it's going to affect him the whole season. I'm saying the week of the birth. I think it will affect him.
I don't know. For me personally, I don't think it will. I think he's very good at focus. I think he's very good at self-centering. And I think he has proven that when it comes time to work, it comes time to work. You know, it's kind of like the same question, like how did the Buffalo Bills...
he worked a lot 9 months ago.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, he was injured, so like what else was he gonna do?
He was rehabbing.
I don't know. I mean, I think he'll be fine. I think if we think too much about it, we ourselves will work ourselves into a stupor.
I'm going to say this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's week 1, week 2 is one of his worst games of his entire season.
Even if it doesn't come week 1, I wouldn't be surprised if week 1 isn't his best game ever either. I mean, it's your first game as a starter in the NFL. You know, think about his like first preseason game and the way that started out, minus injury, of course.
Then it got awesome.
I know, exactly. So maybe he'll have the baby. It'll be a little shaky, and then he'll be awesome.
I mean, would he leave? You think he would leave to be at the birth?
No, I don't.
I think he's one of those guys that puts the placenta in the fridge so they can eat it.
I actually did a scene about that once in my graduation showcase.
Did you eat it?
No, my character put it in a lasagna to make the parents, her friends who she wanted to be the baby's godparents, eat it.
Like she tricked them?
Yeah.
I should send you some of the screenplays I've written. All right. We're on to a new segment now. It's called Will They Be Better? Will They Be Better? So basically, I'm going to give Koda some stats from last year. She's going to tell us, will they be better than that or will they be worse than that? Are you ready, Koda?
Yes.
All right. Jordan Addison. Last year, he had 63 receptions, 875 yards, 9 touchdowns. Will he be better this year or will he be worse statistically?
I'm going to say statistically he's going to be worse. Now, before you all attack me, here's why. Okay. His suspension is probably going to be this season.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that means that he'll probably, if he does 2-3 game suspensions, that means that every single game that he plays in, he's going to have to be like, I think, 1/3 better than he normally would be. To make up for the lost games. So I think, unfortunately, he'll look really good and I think he'll play better. But statistically, that suspension is going to mess up his stats.
Yeah. I didn't realize he had 9 touchdowns. He had 10 his rookie year and he had 9 last year.
I know. I'm kind of surprised.
The dude is so good. Aaron Jones, 1,138 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, 51 receptions, 408 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Will he be better than that in 2025?
I think we'll get more touchdowns out of him, especially since, like you said, we're building up that run game. We're looking to make it safer. I think the passing yards will go down. I think rushing yards will go up. I I think overall, yeah, maybe a little bit higher.
Yeah. All right, Mommy. Yeah. Play along in the comments. Want to see what you guys think. Koda just left again. She is absolutely irate. She'll come back. I have full confidence that she will. There she is. I can see her already. All right, Koda. I know you're playing hide and seek. All right, let's go. Justin Jefferson, 103 receptions, 1,533 yards, 10 touchdowns. Will he be better with a young, unproven quarterback?
Yes. Next question.
Really?
I think he will be better. I think he is just going to be one of those guys that every single time he takes the field, he's just better. He is. I mean, even when you look at his stats when he was injured, like they were insane. Better. I think. I mean, not by much. I think that's already like a high caliber, but I still think he'll be better.
Damn. And they are building rapport, those two, so they're really working together, so I can see that happening. Mm-hmm. Let's go Jordan Mason. This isn't with the Vikings last year, but it was with the Niners. He had 789 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 catches, 91 yards, no touchdowns through the air. Vocal Vike is here. Look at that.
Hi, Vocal Vike.
Look at that, blowing that horn. Damn. Lucky horn. All right, what do you think?
I just needed to give Vocal Vike my heart.
No, I appreciate that.
Jordan Mason, better. I think he'll be better. He is no longer on whatever was happening to the Niners.
And he was hurt for a stretch last year, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to actually be our leading, at least, touchdown rusher next year.
I can see that. I think he'll be really good on those like short yard touchdowns for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to punch that thing in. Let's go Jalen Naylor, a guy who's getting already rave reviews in minicamp. 28 receptions, 414 yards. He had 6 touchdowns last year. I was shocked. My pants fell off when I saw 6 touchdowns. Will he be better or worse in 2025?
I am hoping none of you have had the opportunity to listen to this joke yet this season. So here you go. Naylor, I hardly know her.
Oh, wow. That was good.
I've been sitting on that all off season. I think, he oddly was kind of Sam Darnold's favorite last year. So I do think that he will be slightly worse, but not by much.
It's weird. Receptions aren't much. The yards aren't much. He had 6 touchdowns. I'm like, really?
I know.
But he's jacked up now. He's changed his number. It's a contract year. He's always the preseason darling. And, when's he going to, step up and assume that role? I feel like every touchdown those 6 touchdowns, they were all, manufactured plays that he was wide open in.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe, with it being a contract year, he's going to be out to prove something. Granted, I haven't looked at next year's draft class wide receivers yet because why would I? So I've been
going through it for months.
The second the draft was over, you were like,
just
all right, next year.
Through it.
Half these guys haven't even announced for next draft, but I'm already looking at them. Yeah. I think he's going to be worse.
Yeah, I'm not a believer. I need to see it. Let's go to defense now. Let's go to some defensive player. Will they be better? Jonathan Grenard, 59 tackles, 12 sacks, 18 tackles for a loss.
I feel like he's probably going to stay the same, maybe a slight increase, but I don't think there's going to be too much difference there.
I actually think he's going to be bigger. I think he's going to go higher because I think he's pissed off that Gink got the extension, and he's like, "What about me?"
And he didn't.
I think he is. I think he feels like he maybe is a little bit forgotten.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to step it up. Not that 12 sacks. You shouldn't have to step it up from there. Let's go to Ivan Pace Jr., a guy you once thought was going to lead the Vikings in sacks. 72 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks. Ivan Pace Jr.
I mean, granted, he was kind of weirdly injured kind of last year. I don't really know.
He missed 4 games.
Yeah. So I think he'll be better. Please don't prove me wrong, Ivan Pace Jr. please.
But I was still impressed by the 3 sacks.
Yeah, by this the 72 tackles too is pretty impressive. But yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't prove me wrong this year. That'd be nice.
Let's go with Andrew Van Ginkel. We call him the Ginker here at One More Lupiga Show. 79 tackles, 18 tackles for a loss, 11.5 sacks.
Gink! Yeah, he's gonna be better. He's He's extended. He's ready to lead that line. It's gonna be pancake after pancake after pancake.
Damn, it's a lot of syrup right there. Let's go Jalen Redmond. Jalen Redmond, kind of the like a underdog last year, a
Yeah.
fun story, an inspiring story. No one expected him to make the team. Not only did he make the team, he had an impact. 18 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, and a sack. Will he be better than that in 2025?
I absolutely think he will. I think now that he's on the team and he's proven himself, I think he's going to, you know, it's kind of similar to Adam Thielen, where it was like, yeah, he made the team, but now he has to prove that he belongs there. And so I think until he gets to the Adam Thielen sort of local legend status, he's going to have to prove himself and he's going to be hungry. So absolutely, I think he's going to get better.
Yeah, I love watching him play. He's so fun. He's just got so much energy, and he has no neck. He just runs around there. It's kind of cute, actually. Let's go Josh Metellus, 103 tackles, 2 interceptions. He had no sacks last year. He had 2 tackles for a loss. Will he be better in 2025?
Joshua Metellus. I mean, it's not surprising that he doesn't have any sacks when you look at that defensive line. Like, I think he'll be better. I think I am putting this out into the universe now, knock on wood. I'm going to give him a whopping 6 interceptions this season.
Really? 6 interceptions?
I think if the extension does not get done by this offseason, he is definitely going to play to prove something. And so I will put him at 6 interceptions.
Do you think he will be in his same Swiss Army knife role, or is he going to be a true safety this year? You don't think he's going to move back to be a safety?
No, I think he is going to continue that Swiss Army knife. I mean, I think... not to go off on a little tangent, but we all know how I feel about Joshua Metellus. Sorry, but I feel like part of the reason why he hasn't gone to the Pro Bowl is kind of the same reason why he hasn't gotten an extension yet. Nobody knows what exactly to call him. But I think that is what is the beauty of him, is that I don't think anyone else could fill his shoes. Mm-hmm. I really don't. And so I know that he's going to continue to play really well. And I think that he will probably play in the secondary a little bit more this year, but again, not in a traditional safety sort of way. So I think he'll get better. I'm staying firm to those 6 interceptions.
All right. I like it quite a bit. Again, any super chats are going to wheel for some Wilmar Lepiga swag. Koda will do some trivia tonight, and she has never won, but we'll spin the wheel no matter what. Boss Man says, yo, love. He's not giving Koda any love. Also, Koda will be having her own show this season, a Wilmar Lepiga show, Spit and Fire with Koda, a bi-weekly segment. So excited for that. Can't wait to see what you come up with. A lot of pressure for you to really step up to the plate. Hopefully you can handle it. One more, will they be better? Dallas Turner, 21 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 interception, and a guy in practice the other day covering a man down the field 20 yards, breaking up passes. Better.
The defense as a whole, I think, is just going to get better. I think we're back in the days of the Purple People Eaters, baby. We are back.
Yeah, it's and that's like you can compare Dallas Turner to Jared Verse, but like Jared Verse isn't dropping into coverage. He's in, going down, 20 yards down the field covering the guy. So it's a much different scheme. They're asking Dallas Turner to do a lot of different things, but I think he will have a bigger role. And I'm afraid of what happens if he doesn't be better than this. If he matches this line, it's going to get a lot of heat under his buttocks.
Yeah. Yeah, especially after everything that had to adjust just for us to get him. But I think he will. I think he'll be better. I do.
Yeah, he's still young, and again, he does a lot of different things in this defense. So that was will they be better? Well done, and I think you nailed most of those. I think I agree with most of your takes on that. But I'll message you if I did.
Oh my God, he's typing right now, you guys. Wait.
Yeah, right. Now it's cut or keep with Koda. I'm going to give Koda some players. She can tell me if the Vikings are going to keep them or cut them, or maybe her preference. Whatever way you want to work this, Koda. It's your call.
Okay.
You think it over. I'll be right back. 1 second. Just 1 second.
Okay. I'm going to read the chat and see how people are feeling about this. Let's see.
Okay, that was 3 seconds.
That was so fast. There were no new chats for me to read.
All right. So cut or keep. And again, are you going to be your opinion or Vikings or both? What do you want to do?
We'll do both. Let's do both.
Okay. Let's start with wide receiver Rondale Moore, and let's just preface this a little bit. Preface, as they say in the lingo. Vikings, every year they've signed a free agent. There has been one that's been cut. Doesn't make the team. You're cutting them. You're snipping them. You or the Vikings or both?
I think I'm cutting him. I think he'll end up on the practice squad.
Okay.
It's been so long. I think he'll end up on the practice squad, but especially since we lost a couple of guys. I think he'll end up on the practice squad. I don't think he'll end up making the team as a whole thing.
Well, they call it the theater biz. When you're not number one, you're the
understudy.
Understudy, yes.
Or the swing.
Swing? I never heard that.
So a swing, so an understudy is like you understudy for that role, but a swing, the idea of it is that they could swing into any role without.
Wow.
Okay. So that's what I am.
I was once in an 8th grade variety show. I was one of the zebras running in for the Lion King. We sang a couple of songs, and I swung because I didn't like. I ran in with the herd once. Another time, I was just the guy who could hold the Simba up at the end.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Because I was more like this because we were 8th grade. All right, let's go defensive end, edge. All right, defensive end. Levi Drake Rodriguez. You cutting him or you keeping him?
I think I'll keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a couple of other guys to rotate out, so I'll keep him. I think the Vikings.
Were you excited from what you saw from him last preseason?
I was. I am very excited. I think he'll make a good alternate on the team. So I think we keep him.
I would like to see him worked in a little bit more and just see what
I
he
agree.
can do. I like his motor. Let's go to a friend of the show, a good pal of ours, Walter frickin' Rouse, the Rousey.
You can't say that when I'm trying to project if he'll stay on.
He's been on the show. He's a pal.
Know, but now I feel bad.
I just golfed with him last week here at the local golf club.
Did you really?
No.
Oh. I think we keep him.
Yeah, I would lean that way too, but he's definitely on the bubble. He's in jeopardy, man.
But I mean, the offensive line needs a rest every now and then too. I think we keep him.
And my concern with him is like, what's his position? Is he a tackle? Is he a guard? They kind of thought about moving him inside. Like, I don't know where he is right now. What is he? Does Walter even know what he is?
Walter,
besides a friend of the show, he knows that much.
He's aware of that much.
Let's go to edge Gabe Murphy. You gonna cut him with a K or you gonna keep him with a K? Really? You're cutting Gabe Murphy?
I feel like we've got a lot on the edge.
I know, but it gets really thin. Like, so are you one of those undrafted guys gonna make the team?
I think so. Yeah, we picked up a lot of pretty decent undrafted guys. So I think, unfortunately, or I could see them trading him to a team for some draft picks, maybe for some random thing that
it was weird because he was like this highly touted undrafted free agent rookie, and then he like got hurt, and then he like showed up late. And yeah, I'll be curious to see what Gabe Murphy brings to the table. I don't even think our friend Bo, the Riction, as I call him, one part calls him the Richter scale, if he's safe or not. So, and Tyler Batty, I mean, he was a highly touted undrafted guy from BYU. We'll see what happens there. Very interesting. I think we even I wouldn't be surprised if Jihad Ward comes back, honestly. Mm-hmm. Let's go running back Ty Chandler. And I know there's nobody really to take his spot at this point, but Cam Akers is still floating out there. Keep.
I'm
Ty
keeping
Chandler.
him. It wouldn't be a true Koda guest starring on the One Bar in Lubbock show if I did not reference this individual. My bubby calls him the Chan Chan Man or Miss Shenandler Bong because of Friends, because we love Friends.
It's long.
So we keep Ty Chandler. We keep Miss Shenandler Bong.
I can't even say that. Like, Monty Media says gone. Michael Boswell says gone or cut. I can't read that, I guess. All right, let's go linebacker Brian Asamoah, one of the few remaining guys from Quasi's first draft class.
Keep.
Really?
He apparently is doing really well in training camp, OTAs, and minicamp right now. Keep.
I'm cutting him.
Oh.
I'm using the dullest scissors. I'm cutting him with freaking those protective child scissors that you have in kindergarten. Oh, I want it to hurt.
Oh my god.
I want it to hurt so
He's
bad.
such a nice guy that you're like, I'm sorry, but
he's fast. He's a fast guy. He's
For
fast.
For
really
sure.
fast. So good for you, Brian. Two more. Let's go Jay Ward, the safety we drafted a couple of years ago in the 4th round.
I straight up forgot that he existed.
Yeah, and he also jumped offside twice on a field goal.
God.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Do it. Cut him. Do it. That was my emperor. Actually, he was not the emperor yet. He was still the chancellor at that time. Let's go last one. Cornerback Jeff Okudah. You going to cut him or keep him?
forgot he was on the team.
I surprised you with this one. That wasn't what I sent you prior.
Oh, I saw people in the chat asking about it.
Yeah.
I'll keep him.
Yeah?
Yeah, even though I forgot he was there. I'll keep
Do you
him.
think like Flores can unlock him? Like, I'm not a believer of that. I think if you've been this bad in the NFL for this long, you're probably just not meant for the NFL.
I mean, yeah. The other thing with it too is, I mean, you never know what you can get trade wise. I mean, Quasi's been able to make the.
Well, we got something for Jesse Davis, which I never thought would happen.
Exactly. So I think we'll keep him and then probably use him for like draft picks or something.
We'll see. If he does make the team, I owe him a case of Miller Lite, so I'm hoping he gets cut. All right. So that was cut or keep with Koda. We got trivia left. So you got 30 seconds here while I put names on the wheel to get last minute super chats in to get eligible for a Wilmar Lepagus swag, or Koda will send you some Koda swag if such a thing exists. I don't know if it does.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Spitting fire with Koda swag.
That would be pretty cool, though, honestly, with like fire emojis and stuff on it.
Well, I don't know about the emoji part, but the fire would be cool.
Well, like fire emoji, like the fire emoji.
All right. Yeah, we could do that. All right. And again, Koda's never won, but we'll spin the wheel anyway.
It's the positive attitude that counts, right, guys? That's why it's so fun.
Lone Wolf says we still have to wait and see. Koda is a physical freak. Yeah, I mean, we're waiting. This is like his fifth NFL season, though. How much longer do we have to wait?
Right.
All right. What time's your rehearsal?
I got like 2.5 more hours.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll be fine then. We'll be fine. I was just trying to stretch us out in case we get any other super chats. But I think we might as well just go ahead and roll with this. Are you ready? So,
as I'll ever be.
The category is career paths. So basically, I'm going to give you a career path, and you have to figure out who the my minute without his membership. It is so long and thick. So I'm going to give you a career path. So if I said University of Delaware, University of USC, Minnesota Vikings, you'd say Jordan Addison.
Okay. I didn't know
get it?
Transferred. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Boswell's not quite as long as Montemita, but no one is. Montemita is well endowed. All right, here we go. Career path. Number 1. It is multiple choice, so you can get 2 points for if you guess it with no multiple choice. 1 point. We're going to put the line at 5 tonight. I don't think this is super hard, but Koda's never won before.
Stop saying that.
All right, here we go. Iowa. University of Iowa, Detroit, Minnesota.
Hawkinson.
Oh my God! 2 points.
Yeah!
He's on the board. Play along in the comments. Koda is on fire right now. She's on Spitfire right now, as we say
don't jinx me.
Here. All right, here we go. I'm always going to start with the college. Okay. University of Cincinnati, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Houston, Green Bay, Minnesota. Who is it?
I don't. Give me the multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Mamia says you got this. You got this. All right. A. Javon Hargrave. B. Harrison Phillips. C. Eric Wilson. D. Ivan Pace Jr.
Wasn't Harrison Phillips on the Bills? He was on the Bills. I don't think he's ever played for the Eagles, so it's definitely not him. Who are the other 3?
Javon Hargrave, Eric Wilson, and Ivan Pace Jr.
I'm going to go C.
Eric Wilson?
Yes.
You are correct. You got 3 points. Eric Wilson is well traveled, and that is the correct answer. You got 3 points. You're sitting really good right now.
Nice.
Koda. This is the best you've ever done so far, but it could all go to hell real quick. Here we go. Question number 3. University of Vanderbilt, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. Vikings.
Oh my God. I'm just going to jump right to the multiple choice.
Is it A, Ryan Kelly, B, Will Fries, C, Giovanni Ricci, D, Justin School?
Say the names one more time. Sorry, my brain is like gone.
Is it A, Ryan Kelly, B. Will Fries. C. Giovanni Ricci. D. Justin School.
Is it A? I'm going to go A.
A is incorrect. It is Justin School. You have 3 points. Three questions left. You got to get 2 points. You're still sitting good.
See, if one of them starts with the University of Notre Dame, Minnesota, then I know exactly who it is.
University of Notre Dame, Minnesota, like it's a faction of the University.
Well, no. So he went Notre Dame, Minnesota, Giants, Tampa Bay, technically Minnesota.
All right, here we go.
There's one that says that. I know exactly who it is.
Okay. I don't think there is. University of North Carolina, Washington Commanders, Seattle Seahawks, Minnesota Vikings. Montemita really believes in you, Koda. I think he's just he's just risen you up right now is what he's doing.
What were they the Commanders when he was there?
I'm not sure. They may have been the football team.
Okay. Can I get the multiple choice?
A. Sam Howell. B. Brett Rippon. C. Jordan Addison. D. Mekhi Blackman.
It's Sam Howell.
Yeah, I gave you that with the options in the multiple choice. You have 4 points. You were sitting very good. Montemita believes in you so much.
I figured it was Sam Howell when you said that they were the football team. When you said that they were the Washington football team, I was like, I think
they were Howell. His first year.
Yeah.
Right. You got 2 left. You need 1 point.
Okay.
All right. I think you got this. Here we go. Question 5. University of Minnesota, New York Jets, Houston Texans, Minnesota Vikings.
I think this guy plays on defense, but I cannot remember his name. Can you give me...
Is it A. Montemita?
What?
No, okay. He believes in you, though.
Can I have the multiple choice?
Yes. Is it A. Andrew Van Ginkel, B. Blake Cashman, C. Isaiah Rodgers, D. Andrew D. Paola?
What was the team he was on before the Vikings?
He was on the Texans before the Vikings.
I'm pretty sure it was Gink. Didn't Gink go to the University of Minnesota?
I'm not telling you any hints.
Why not? Give me the multiple choice one more time.
A. Andrew Van Ginkel. B. Blake Cashman. C. Isaiah Rodgers. D. Andrew D. Paola.
No, it's Cashman. It was Cashman.
Are you talking to me or talking to yourself?
I am confirming that it was Blake Cashman.
Final answer.
Yes.
It is Blake Cashman. You've actually won a round of trivia.
Yeah!
We got a question just for shits and giggles now.
Right? I'm so proud of myself. Yeah.
You should be. Well done. We're all very proud of you. Montemita is so proud of you. We got one left. Here we go.
Okay.
San Diego State, New England Patriots, Detroit Lions, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, San Diego Chargers, Cleveland Browns, San Francisco 49ers, Washington Commanders, Los Angeles Rams, Minnesota Vikings.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Look at this.
Is that Kevin O'Connell?
Montemita says, let's go, motherfucking Koda.
Is that Kevin O'Connell?
It is Kevin O'Connell. You got it. 7-point drop on this thing.
It was Kevin O'Connell.
It was totally Kevin O'Connell. Well done. You nailed it. Oh, shit. I didn't even spin it. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. All right. We're going to spin it again here. I'm going to share my screen in a second. All right. We're going to spin the wheel. Koda is a winner. Koda is a winner. No one ever thought that was going to happen.
I know.
There's going to be a bar in front of this, which is fine because I'm not going to fuck with the settings. So let's do this. And can we see it? All right, we're going to spin this thing. There's not a bar. All right, here we go. Here's a spin. For some One Bar Lupicus sway, you got to hit us up. onebarlupicus@gmail.com. If it's Montemita again, I'm going to scream.
Oh.
Looks like it's Boswell or Sam Squatch. I think it's Boswell. Michael Boswell is your winner tonight. Boswell, hit us up. onebarlupicus@gmail.com. What is with this layout? What just happened? That's still not quite correct. There we go. Oh, all right, Koda, thanks for joining. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for stepping in for One Bar as he celebrates, I think it's his 15th wedding anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Here's a trivia question. Guess who married One Bar and his wife?
You guys? Did you do marry them?
I did.
I didn't know.
I was also the stripper at his bachelor party.
Oh.
I went
that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
The guise of Madame Mimi was my name. Little French maid outfit. It was hot.
Bye. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that is another fact. I give you guys 2 facts, but I think I dropped that fact before. So, Koda, again, thank you so much. So excited for Spit and Fire with Koda this fall. You guys get ready for that. Appreciate you always being more than willing to step in. If you guys are in California, go see the show. Where you at tonight? You're going to perform.
See Newsies at the Simi Valley Cultural Arts Center.
Sounds pretty fancy. Also, where can they follow you on TikTok?
You can find me most social media at Western Dakota, sometimes with an underscore, sometimes with a dot, sometimes with neither. And I'm on Twitter at Spitfire Koda.
He underscores so much, but I love you, Koda, so appreciate you again for coming on. Again, you are like the third wheel of this thing. And you guys remember this, the sea slug is a unique example of an animal that detaches and discards its penis after mating, then regrows another one. I'm sure a lot of our viewers wish they could do the same.